perfect evening to go skating on Bower Ponds here in Red Deer. And for some teams, it's time to get hot. After a week of great shots, full of excitement, for several teams, it all comes down to tonight. You need to win. You see, the playoffs are just around the corner. So the drama continues. 16 down, 1 to go. Draw 17. The Scotties next. Organizers are expecting one of the biggest crowds of the week so far, this final night of round-robin play here at the NMAX Centrium. For several teams, it's as simple as win and you're in. If you're Heather Nedowick, skipping Alberta, win and you're guaranteed at least a tiebreaker. You don't want to lose and potentially fall into one of those tie-breaking situations where the fate isn't in your hands. New Brunswick is one of those. They're the longest of the shots so far, because what we do know going into this 17th draw is that Manitoba will finish first. Jennifer Jones from the St. Vital. British Columbia right now is ranked number 2, and Kelly Scott wins. She'll get that second spot. Quebec is guaranteed at least a tiebreaker. Team Canada and Alberta are right there at 4 losses. As I mentioned, New Brunswick from Oromocto, the longest shot. They need to win their game and need Team Canada and Alberta to fall back to join them. As we say hello, Canada, and welcome again to our continuing coverage of the Scotties from here in Red Deer. Linda and Russ alongside. I'll go out on a limb. Listen, I wish the Brier would adopt the Team Canada format. I like it. It's great for marketing. But tonight, there is a chance that the reigning champions, Amber Holland, may not be around on the weekend. And
in some ways, it's a challenge, because once you win a title, everybody's out to get you. But most often, Team Canada rides its success. The momentum carries them through the Bonspiel season and into the Scotties, and usually into the playoffs. In the 26 years that we've had a Team Canada concept, 8 times that team has gone on to win again, 7 times made the final, 3 semifinalists, 2 tiebreakers. Only 6 times have they missed the playoffs. Amber Holland must win tonight to make the playoffs.
And interestingly enough, the last time that Team Canada did not make it was Kelly Scott, 2008, and she's on the other side of the Centrium and playing for second place. One thing in common between Team Canada and BC, they've both made lots of lineup changes because of the flu and because of injury.
Well, I think they'd both like to have better records than they do. 3 losses for BC, 4 for Team Canada. Team Canada fighting for their lives here, but they're lucky they're really this far. It's a testament to their will. They want to win this thing. And I think for Amber, it's simple. We talked about her season starting at the start of this event. Now that we're here, she's starting all over again.
Absolutely. So those are the games some of the teams will keep our eye on, but of course you will not miss a thing with Canada's most comprehensive curling coverage from here in Red Deer.
The 2012 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is brought to you by Sponge Towels, Paper Towels. Nothing absorbs like it. The 2012 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is brought to you by World Financial Group. Proud to be a sponsor of the Season of Champions. Your dreams, our strategies. By Roll Up the Rim to Win. It's time for Tim's. And by Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Final evening of round-robin play. Final time, we'll see all the 4 sheets in play. Our key game is on sheet A. We'll watch Ontario play Manitoba. Manitoba guaranteed first place. On sheet C, Alberta looking to win, control their destiny against Nova Scotia. New Brunswick must win, and BC can lock up second if they pick up the win. Lots of support for Saskatchewan, of course. Both these teams, Saskatchewan and Team Canada, from the Wheat Province. Time to meet the teams now, brought to you by Ford Drive One. And there's been a change for Amber Holland, with Jolene Campbell taking over, of course, at second for the injured Tammy Schneider. This is the 6th game that she will play. Also a change for Saskatchewan, and Michelle Englot out of the Tartan Curling Club, as Roberta Materi will sit, and it'll bring in Candace Chisholm to throw the second stone. Team Canada has won the draw to the button, so they will have the last rock, playing the red stones here in this opening end. Saskatchewan will play the yellow, And to get us underway, the Saskatchewan lead is Sarah Slocum.
One thing that history does teach us, draw 17 at a national championship can have anything happen. We've seen over the years we do the woulda, coulda, maybes, and then suddenly it's exactly the opposite that we think. Lots of surprises happen on the last round robin draw.
Okay. So I think I gave you a 90. Yeah, 85, 90.
I think what makes this matchup very interesting is, of course, these two teams are from Saskatchewan and they have played each other a lot. So maybe some of that does transfer into this game.
Yeah, it has to, and they know each other's tendencies and they know each other's weaknesses, and it's going to be interesting. And you know, Michelle losing 4 in a row and being now out of the playoffs officially, that's either good news or bad news for Team Canada, because they're either going to come out firing in all 4 cylinders, nothing to lose, or they might not have enough incentive to play as well as they can. And I think it'll be the first.
Somebody that has plenty of incentive to play tonight, Kathy Gauthier. Hello, Kathy.
Hey, Victor. Well, tonight is historically a very special night. It is the only time in a national championship where 2 teams from the same province go head-to-head. And whether it's personal pride or rider pride, both teams very clear. Michelle Englot determined to leave this event on a winning note. And for Team Canada, they're all about process, not outcome, they say. And faceless opponents, tonight we'll see if that happens.
There's just a little problem with the clock, I believe it is, down our end. That's why they're looking down and waiting for something to happen.
I think what happened, Linda, is all the clocks started at the same time, and even though our game is always a minute or 2 later, and they're trying to readjust it because they've been chipped out of a few seconds here.
So Candace Chisholm has left the ice, and timeout has been called, and Roberta Materi will come onto the ice. She was expected to sit here, and so something's gone wrong with Candace Chisholm. Their coach, Dwayne Mahalitz, is there, and Materi didn't expect to play, so obviously she will now. As we mentioned, flu has been going around here, and I'm just wondering if she's been hit by the flu.
I don't know. The original problem was the clock. I know that because
Yes.
Russ and I saw them gesturing and they were all standing in position to play, including Candace. So I certainly hope it's nothing.
Candace? Yeah, she feels really sick.
Yeah, so there you go. You hear Lana Vey saying, so this is an opportunity. She's from a very small town, Merrifield, Saskatchewan, near the Manitoba border. And this was her opportunity to come make a debut here in this venue, on this stage, and has been stricken by the flu. So Roberta Materi wasn't expected to play, and she's getting a couple of warm-up slides. But we have a moment. Let's take a look at the game plan, and it's brought to you by World Financial Group. Your dreams, our strategy.
Well, let's follow up what Kathy Gauthier said about Team Canada: process, not outcome. Block out the pressure. You have to play your own plan. You can't go conservatively based on fear. Play what you normally would play. Saskatchewan is under no pressure. I think they will come and play out their best, because I think last game Michelle Englot had a terrible game. That's not like her. So go out on a high note and play your best.
Well, that's unfortunate for Candace, who's now going to take a seat on the bench with her coach, Dwayne Mahalitz.
So just a touch more.
This has been very unusual. The injuries are unusual themselves, but the amount of illness. Occasionally we see cold and flu go through the ranks, but not this many players get hit. So one more time, if you're having a championship, you have to take all those health considerations of not shaking hands, sanitizing, wiping the handles, and unfortunately staying a little distance apart, because you never know what can happen.
I think we counted up 4 teams this week of the 12 had to make changes. Not the kind where you say, all right, come on in and get your time. Throw some stones, we want you to play. These were legitimate excuses, injury or sickness. And this started bright and early in the week, and it was the Ontario team that started this. They asked for permission. This is Dwayne Mahalitz doing it. But Louise Logan, who is the coach for Ontario, is a physician. And she went to the officials and said, look, I wanted to start wiping down the stone handles, and they had to get permission, and that's what they've been doing. Also, very few handshakes, all little elbow bumps and fist pumps.
A very nice start for Team Canada, playing around that stone put out in front by Saskatchewan.
Straight back. Once that grabs the center line, it'll move a bit here.
Okay.
Geez, you walk out 2 slides, you haven't prepared, haven't thrown any practice rocks, probably wasn't even watching the sheet, and here, just play this straight run back for your opening shot. That's tough. She's still
very tough.
Still over there in the sideline stretching, trying to get loosened up.
Even a 3 probably isn't terrible.
Yeah, it's not awful.
95 for you, I think is good. Okay. 95 4. Yeah, even a 4.
Yeah.
Somebody who has stepped in and played very well is Jolene Campbell, 85% in her 5 games. That's a remarkable number to come off the bench. For the whole team, it's disruptive. Jolene would be the first to say she didn't want to have to play. It's wonderful to be out on the ice, but you don't want to do it because a teammate is ill. But she has stepped in and played and brushed so well.
Stepped up, a 93% average in the last 3 games. Unbelievable curling.
Kathy Gauthier alluded to the fact that this is the only time in a competition where 2 teams from the same province can play. Well, you have the Saskatchewan champion, of course, in Michelle Englot. Team Canada, Amber Holland from Chrono, Englot from Regina. First time since 1998 that 2 Saskatchewan teams have played in the championship. Kathy Trowell and Sandra Schmerler that year.
Here comes the easiest triple you've ever seen. It's not quite hard enough. Jolene's guard slipping in a little deep, and worst of all on the angle, and it was pretty makeable to get them all. Great throw.
First end, we've already got a little indication of the kind of things that have happened to Amber this week. Amber has played well, Jolene has played well, Heather and Kim have struggled a little bit, but it's been that rock position problem, a little bit off. Suddenly they've lost the end that was building up.
Good. Good. Roll it over. 9. 9, Bert.
Disappointing for any of the teams that don't make the playoffs. I think for Saskatchewan and Michelle Englot, maybe even more so Linda Rust, because of the fact that the last time she was here a few years ago, it was the death of her father on the eve of the tournament that affected her in the result. And this year she thought she was playing and had a team that played so well in playdowns. Let's quickly go over to Sheet D in a game that is a must-win for New Brunswick. We told you 5 losses, win the game first, and then of course they need some help, Kathy.
Against 2 entire end. BC has been set up for the deuce. Needs to stick around.
And will, boy, have a look around the edges. From this angle, it looks like it's 1 red, but it's tough to say.
That's close. I think it might be yellow, Vic.
1 yellow it is. Steal 1 BC.
1 yellow. Yellow.
Younger eyes.
Thank you. Yeah, that's right.
You got it, Lon.
Birthday boy.
No. Close! No! Okay.
Now, we were watching this sheet earlier, and it seemed today, throughout the day actually, the ice is a little bit straighter. So that is one thing they'll have to keep in mind tonight. Up weight will go a little straighter than they maybe have had all week.
The ice has been spectacular all week. The draw weight's been incredible. Maybe too quick for some of the shots, and it doesn't seem to break down, but it does change game to game a little bit for where to put the broom in those hits. And as Linda, you said, that outside in shot is running pretty straight. Going to give the double a crack here.
That's fine. Okay.
Another bad break, just where the angles are sometimes. A nice try by Kim, rolled over towards the opponent's stone, but there is a double there if Saskatchewan wants to take it on. They're not going to, actually.
I guess so.
It looks like she'll hit the back red. It is not shot rock, but it looks like you could get a little inside roll. Michelle's had a tough week, and we mentioned that she has a little bit different in-turn release. This is her out-turn hit, and it's been playing very well at 80%, but her in-turn hits are down at 68. And that's the up and down kind of week that she has had.
Hard! Hard!
Oh, no.
That red's going to stay, too.
And just does.
It wasn't going out. Sorry, Michelle. Guess so, hey.
I'm really surprised, Linda, they didn't run that red one. You hit that red one dead on you. There's a great camera angle before they were moved around. It was automatically sending the red one out of the ring, both reds out of the rings, and yellow staying. And she played the tougher of the two shots, I thought.
More, Kim. I think so. Yeah. I think we can get it there.
We can get it there.
Yeah.
Good call.
Of all the disappointing weeks, probably none more so than Nova Scotia.
Okay.
And Heather Smith-Stacey of CFB Halifax, last year bronze medalist, finished third in Charlottetown, and this year, earlier today, eliminated from the playoff contention. And playing Alberta, and Heather Nedewin from up the road to the Saville Sports Centre in Edmonton.
She's trying to play the tap here, Vic. Heather Nedewin tried to corner freeze the shot stone. It is still exposed. If she can get to the face and tap it back, it would be for a pair.
And not quite far enough, but has enough of the button for a single. Nova Scotia on the board.
So hard!
We're not quite there.
Okay. Wow, shoot.
Maybe a bit more.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I thought you did really good.
Nobody would have practiced in that spot, not to make excuses for Amber, and then that spot eventually gets to be the keenest spot in the building. Grabbed a little pebble coming across.
More than what they wanted. Wow.
Sometimes you don't have to cut down your ice quite so much either. She was going quite wide to the wing. You know that they're going to want to play the double. If you're anywhere in the house that it's not a good angle, they're going to play that middle one anyways.
Chance to make the mistake go away here. Straight back double.
Yep. Whoa.
Final stone for Saskatchewan and Michelle Englot.
Yep. Yes.
One and by.
Good throw.
No, there's something just right here.
Sorry. I wanted to keep on it, but it did really.
So Team Canada will have an opportunity to score two, and when you look at the numbers, Amber Holland is among the leaders, and the rest of the team that's down mid-pack and even lower.
Lead and third have been the ones to struggle, and that makes Amber's shots even harder, and so she's actually had a very good week.
Right out of her hand. Jolene Campbell, Heather Kalinchuk out of her hand here, trying to hold it. Don't want to jam it on that stone at the back. Have to avoid that one. No.
One red.
So missed opportunities. You add those up at the end of a game, and there's one for Team Canada. Had a deuce in their pocket. Settle for one.
Okay.
Yeah, about a 90.
Yeah, I think so.
Want to win a 2-year lease on a 2012 Ford Focus S? You can log on to fordhotshots.curling.ca and test your online curling skills. And for every participant at this year's Scotties, they also had a chance to win a lease on this 2012 Ford Focus Titanium by testing their on-ice curling skills. The final, a battle of skips. Newfoundland's Heather Strong against Northwest Territories Yukon's Carrie Galusha. And thanks to shots like this, the hit and stick right to the button, Galusha is your winner, winning a 2-year lease on a 2012 Ford Focus Titanium. Don't forget to log on to fordhotshots.curling.ca for your chance to win. And just like Carrie Galusha, you too could drive away in a brand new Ford. Ontario and Tracy Horgan, the only rookie team at this year's Scotties out of the Idlewild. And Sudbury picks up a single against Manitoba. And Jennifer Jones, Ontario will not be part of the weekend. Coming in with a record of 4-6. Manitoba, of course. Jennifer Jones, 4-time champion, has locked up first place in the 1-2 game. Team Canada missed the opportunity to hit for 2, picks up the single, and so Saskatchewan. And the Michelle Englot team from the Tartan Curling Club in Regina will have the last rock. They have the hammer here in 2, playing the Yellowstones.
Yeah, line. Well,
that first end was a very strange one with all those mistakes, and in particular the 2 mistakes by Amber. We normally don't see those from her, coming up short on a draw and mishitting the last one with a chance for 2.
Here you go, Jolene.
This end, Team Canada played theirs in, corner guard up, and there was the come around. Michelle ignoring the 2 rocks that were first and second shot.
I like that move, and you see more and more teams starting to do it. How many times we said you throw the corner guard and you don't use it, so at least they've used it there. And there's a very simple red double there later if they have to.
Yep, right in. Nice throw. I think we only wanted 9. Yeah, we did.
hitting moon with the beak. Yeah. Okay, 9-5. Okay, you got her, Bert. Straight up.
Straight up, Bert.
Yeah. Let's go.
9.5. You've got this. Wait, nice. 9.5. Yep. 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 Hard. 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 Okay. It was in. Okay.
One of the things when we talk about people that have stepped onto the ice to play as a substitute, Jolene does know this team, has been with them for a while, but has played against them mostly as her own skipping her own team. She has a nice clean release, quite a, if I can call it a basic delivery, in that she's coming straight at you, giving a nice release. So even though they may not know her as much as they would their regular player, what a great thing to step in with that kind of delivery.
Great point. Very readable delivery. And if you've ever skipped this sport, it's hard to get that broom in the right spot for each individual. And if you haven't played that much together, it's even harder. But a good point. A wonderful delivery with not a lot of, she's not playing with the release, not an in-out or an out-in or lots of rotation. Or very, very easy to put the broom in the right spot. She can draw, too, 89% so far.
Yeah. Yeah, she is a great skip in her own right.
No. 9.
Looking for the double.
Oh, we're 9. No. 6. Sit down. Good, girl. Good try.
Rolls to a pretty good spot because Michelle needs to hit, usually will want to hit that top one and would like to roll towards the center. And if she does that, there's a very good chance she could jam.
One thing you could do is draw to the other side first and see which play Michelle makes.
Great point. Spread the yellows apart.
Okay.
See if you can get a mistake from the opposition.
Okay. It curls, right? Yes. Even though that looks like a lot.
What I've seen from Michelle this week is it's she'd rather hit before she draws. It's just her style. This is makeable too with soft weight. They're taking lots of ice.
Yeah.
But it will curl here.
10-5. Hard! Hard!
Close to the jam.
Let's go for a little bit.
Team Canada sitting one without last rock, back 8.
This is really good, though. 9. Yeah, some weight, Cam. Let's go. There you go. Nine. Whoa. 9. Little firm 9. Queen. Queen it. Queen. Straight out. Straight out. Spot, Kim. Good. Good shot. Let's go. Good.
So this is where I would have gone the last one.
Oh, yeah, that was easy.
See, then Team Canada Amber might have run back the one she did, or she might have run back the one on this side that they're about to utilize, but you might have gotten an angle that was mistakenly done and might have had a miss. So there's still a chance with this one if you can tuck it in behind.
9.
You can even draw to the back one. You don't have to be
Unless it's heavy.
exactly perfect with this because you're trying to get a mistake from Amber.
There's a great view of how much the rock curls. It's really done nothing so far, because it's a little heavy, but
Still 9,
once
10.
it starts to die, once it crosses that line, if this had the perfect weight, which it doesn't, it would have curled right to that rock. Just that hair extra speed. Now watch it curl once it's already missed.
What was that? Is that
Doesn't
like a
take much to be a
70?
foot wide with a couple extra feet of weight.
Shoot.
Thanks.
Lana Vey
Class, but okay.
in her 3rd Scotties appearance. Just not going very well for the Saskatchewan champions.
I don't even mind like fighting the forefront right
Should be close.
Let's go. Team 8 here. That's what I throw on my second one. I think just 15 8. I think that's safe. That's just top 8, eh? Yeah. Okay, yeah. Sounds good. Here you go. Just 13-8 here, Amber.
Okay.
You're a hair tighter
Is that what I
than
gave you that last draw? 13-9
No, 13-9,
maybe?
I think. Yeah.
New Brunswick gave up a steal of 1 in the first to BC, Kathy, and in danger of giving up another one here.
Well, they are for sure. Andrea made a double on her first. That's the second shot stone. Kelly Scott guarded off access to the shot stone, so she's trying to run a yellow onto a red onto the shot stone in the forefoot.
New Brunswick team out of the Gage Golf and Country Club in Oromocto. Rebecca Atkinson skipping. Andrea Kelly still throwing 4th stone. Run it back. Have they got it? They do. And it's for a pair. 2-1 New Brunswick. They must win. And then they have to hope.
Very nice shot to 2 beauties, as Kathy said. Andrea's first one was just as impressive. They were in big trouble. Made the double roll for second shot. Double raise for the deuce. Wonderful.
Amber's not making this any easier for Saskatchewan after all those mistakes that Michelle Englot's team had. Amber now sitting 4.
Yeah, it's not as quick as it's not as quick as this morning at all.
So New Brunswick, as we say, if they win, first of all, they must win, and then they need losses by both Team Canada and Alberta to come back to 5 losses and join them. So they are the longest shot of any team on the ice.
Wait if you can. Wait if you can.
Line's good.
7.
Yeah, you're going to have to bring it back a bit.
We gotta take it back.
Yep, go, 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 go. Hard, 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 hard.
Hard!
Go, go, go.
Hard!
Good shot, Michelle.
Nice weight. Hold on to that weight.
Nice shot. Great weight.
Yeah, thanks. Sure we don't jam.
Let's go
I
then.
like the top one.
9.5 or 9?
9.
Two choices. You can see roughly half down that center
I like
line.
the top
I
one
think
better
that's the
than
reason
playing
she wants to play this. Pretty confident this will run fairly straight.
9.5 or 9?
9.
Rushers can hold it.
It's just on
What
the
the
wrong
hell's
side.
going on
Yeah, there it
here?
goes. Yeah,
Fixed.
That's right.
Nailed it.
Here you go. I just heard too much weight. 9. Whoa, clean. 9. Clean. Yeah. 9. 9. Whoa. 9.
Peeking in on Alberta, Nova Scotia as well. Nova Scotia out of playoff contention. Opened with a single, Kathy. Looks like Alberta and Heather Nedwin may have a chance for 2 here.
Well, they for sure do. That Yellowstone just thrown by Heather Smith-Dacey. Probably from the hack. Heather Nedwin has about maybe a half. Needs to get
Nedwin
to
and
the
her
face.
team, from the Saville Sports Center in Edmonton. Again at 4 losses. A win, and they're into at least a tiebreaker.
Just clean. Just clean. Nice throw.
For 2. Final stone here in the second of our feature. Team Canada, Saskatchewan.
Line's nice.
8.
Same line.
Had the perfect weight last
7.
time, just had nowhere really to hide, just behind opposition rocks, which is tough. Needs almost the 4 foot.
Drawing against 3.
That's nice. Nice shots, Michelle. Great
That a
sweeping.
girl. Nice shot.
Yeah.
Very nice, right to the lid for a single to tie it.
Sorry, guys.
Final evening of round robin play on this Thursday night. This is what we do know. Manitoba has claimed and clinched first place. BC's on the ice. They can grab second if they win. Quebec is into at least a tiebreaker. Team Canada, Alberta win, and they'll be in a tiebreaker. New Brunswick, though, has said they must win, and you need Team Canada and Alberta to lose. So let's check in on the 4-time Canadian champions. The Manitoba champions out of the St. Vital Curling Club, skipped by Jennifer Jones. Going against Ontario's Tracy Horgan. And Tracy's had an up and down week. Right now at 4 and 6, eliminated from the playoffs, but playing very well.
She is for sure, Beck. She made a great in off her own to lie, too. This is a tap by Jennifer to concede a point.
I'm sorry, Kathy. I don't want you to think that I forgot about you.
It's okay. I'll jump in. You know me.
Who's that? Ontario steals 1, and they have a 2-0 lead. You think possibly that the edge may be on for Manitoba and Jones. Our featured game, Team Canada against Saskatchewan. Team Canada won in the first. Saskatchewan replies with a single in the second. And so here in 3, once again, the defending champions out of the Chrono Curling Club in Saskatchewan do have the last rock playing the Redstones.
Line's really good. All you. All you. Nice.
Got it, girl.
90, yeah.
So we expect it to be nice and fast.
2 perfect rocks. Could have been a shade deeper in the ideal situation. This freeze shrinks that scoring area a little bit, but all the same, a very, very nice come around. Good movement on the out-turn side today. They're going edge of the 8 to get to the pin. 4 full feet of curl.
Room.
So looks hot.
Here. Oh, come down. Back. Yeah, we're behind it. You're behind it. Whoa. Like back 8, back. Whoa, whoa. Whoa. Really behind it. Okay. It's a lot faster than when we played.
It's really hard when you had expectations of being in the playoff yourself, and Saskatchewan sitting in the position where they have to play spoiler, have to come out and try and play their best. Of course, Alberta actually didn't think she was going to play. She was going to sit this game, and then the 5th player felt ill, and Alberta had to come in. So all in all, it makes it hard, but from somewhere inside, you have to get that pride back and go out and try and make your shots as best you can.
Maybe just 7. Back key, line's good. Oh, we're okay. We're okay. Easy, whoa.
Team Canada would like this behind the tee line as far as they can, long as it's closer to that yellow. Chances are Saskatchewan, Vic will hit this one, and then you can freeze to it, and then you'd have one frozen, one buried.
Yep, you're not, I will. Yeah, no, I am. You're good, you're good. Yeah, because the last time.
You look at today, and the number of teams that were out of it and showed that kind of pride. Kerry Galusha from Yellowknife, Northwest Territories Yukon team. In the morning, beat Team Canada, and then a win over Saskatchewan to take them out, eliminate them. Or how about Prince Edward Island in the final game for Kim Dolan, a 100th career game at the Scotties. At the age of 53, and she takes apart New Brunswick 11-4. So we saw that throughout the week, that pride, and particularly on this, the last day.
Line's a little tighter. Should be very close. Yeah, it's close. You got a curl earlier. Line 7. Line, you're okay.
Wonderful finish for Kim and Prince Edward Island, and what a great lady for our sport. Chairperson last year in Charlottetown, and loves the sport and put even more back into it than what she's taken from it.
Great throw. Good judge, Kim.
And if you weren't with us this week, got a chance to play with her daughter, Sinead.
Nine five.
Close.
Good throw.
Just shows you how important that come around on a center rock is. If you have the hammer, that rock has to be positioned in just the perfect spot.
That's not bad,
and that one half in the 4-foot is a very good spot.
Amber going to the freeze now. Tricky little location here because you'd like to freeze, but 2 or 3 feet light might set up a double to get at that buried rock.
Line's pretty good. 5. Room. Whoa. Room. Okay. Stay close. No, we don't want to go. We're just 5. Straight to it. Line's great. Hard line. Yep. Hard.
Have to stop the double.
Hard. Go.
Just kind of lost its hand.
Yeah.
Well, there were lots of question marks about Team Canada, of course, coming into this event. Their $900 won on the Gold Trail. Question of preparation. They started off so well, 5-1, but look at how they've sputtered down the stretch, and now face this game against Saskatchewan and in danger, depending how it all works out, in danger of not being there for the weekend.
That a girl.
Go, Bert. Hard work. Got a girl.
Why does that keep happening to us? Nice shot.
I think the red one is forced shot in that case. So although Saskatchewan a little annoyed it didn't go all the way out, still a very nice shot.
I think we're
Or you can do this again. Whatever you like, Amber. I like this. I like that. Here you go, Kim.
I like this too because this might bring in that red one. You have to eliminate all 3 yellow, and the best way to do it is hit the top one, roll over to the 4-foot area, and you might get a jam out of Team Saskatchewan.
9-7. Whoa.
thinner. You had to triple.
Okay.
Amber realized it was going to roll out, period, so she tried to hit it as thin as she could. It was a great try.
That was good weight.
That was supposed to hit half a rock. Once it wasn't, they decided to brush it. Almost.
Just kind of trapped. Shoot. Yeah, I was going for that one. I thought it would finish at least at the end.
So for Team Canada, they win and they clinch at least a tiebreaker. They could, though, be out of the playoffs, depending on what else happens this evening.
Nobody else isn't happy.
Okay, top four, we got this. Same as last time, like 80, 85.
The unfortunate part of that rollout, and who can believe they actually rolled right between those two rocks? That's almost impossible. Means that Saskatchewan can draw in behind that front guard.
Line's good. 5, 6. Yeah. Yep. Rim. Line's nice. Yep. You gotta go. Hard. Go, go, go. Hard.
Come on, Bert. Are you peeking out?
Whoa.
Okay.
Great sweeping. Nice shot.
Nice shot. Good shot. Extra people are making me.
It's a pretty good spot because it's hard for Amber to hit a rock that's high up closest to the guard. You have less time to come around and tap it, so they're going to do the alternate and go right around everything. It's difficult to bury this and still be in front of the tee line.
There you go. Yeah, nibble of the forefoot.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. 13-8,
New Brunswick up 2-1 on BC. Final stone coming for Kelly Scott. Oh, that's close on that far side.
It sure is, and they took a lot of time looking at it. I don't know that they know who is shot. Lots of freezes this end. Andrea Kelly tried to make a hit on her last one, but in jamming the stones, very hard to say. So Kelly Scott will play this draw, hopefully get her point, and then likely measure.
Again, BC, if they win, they will take second place. New Brunswick, they must win, and then they need help.
On the team floor. Okay, really curling now. Holy. Okay.
So the draw for one for sure. And now a look as you see the Brunswick skip Becky Atkinson having a look.
I like to measure. I think it is yellow, but
They're going to measure. I think she said she thought it might be yellow, but they'll measure and we'll let you know as soon as they've completed that. But right now it's a 2-2 tie.
we got 82 on that one. Okay. Yeah.
Win, as I say, and BC,
We know this.
two-time Canadian champion, Kelly Scott, out of the Kelowna Curling Club. They could, though, be in a tiebreaker.
It's such a massive difference between second and fourth. It's yes, you're in the playoffs, but you get into that 1-2 game, you're playing Jones, you win, you go to the final, you lose, you're still in this event in a semifinal. 2 tries to get to a final. That's huge.
More room. Gotta go then.
Amber a little deep here opens the door for Michelle to sink another one.
Some strange misses in this game. Amber light the first end, heavy this end.
Nice shot. Good sweeping, you guys.
Good shot, Michelle.
Nice shot, Michelle.
Two beauties by the skipper there makes this a tougher shot. We've only seen a couple out this far.
I'm not picky, so that's good for me.
We heard Saskatchewan when they threw this particular shot saying it's faster than it has been.
Let's go. You need full four. Yeah. Okay.
If you throw the same shot in the same spot 4 or 5 times in a row, you can really polish those spots up. And as Dave Merklinger was saying, that heats the surfaces, the ice up, and you can get some lanes that are really quick.
Line's out there, little.
Line's fine.
Mine will be fine. All you. You need full four.
We're there.
Room then.
Line's fine.
Line's great. Getting a little tight. Line's
Fine,
fine.
over there.
Room.
Line's great. Nice throw, Amber.
Good throw.
Very nice.
A beauty. We said more than once, this skip from Chrono, Saskatchewan has some very big shoulders. It's an early key shot for the defending champions, and we've seen this before, haven't we?
Certainly have, time and time again last year, and for most of this week also. That I thought this would be a pretty quick lane, and she handled it beautifully after being a little heavy in her first one. Nice brushing even from the skipper here, Jolene, judging that properly.
Been a struggle lately as they sputter down the stretch. Here at the NMAX Century, great crowd on hand. 2-1 Team Canada on this final night of round robin play. Saskatchewan playing the Yellowstones will have the last rock here in this fourth.
Let's go a bit less. Line's really good. Okay. Just a 4, guys. Line's good. Just a 4. You're not moving yet. There you go. There you go. Easy. Kind of running a little.
Okay,
Just
then
a
we're
4.
4-5.
Okay. Easy. Whoa. Whoa.
Okay,
Whoa.
whoa.
Just leave it.
Whoa.
Just leave it. Just leave it.
Oh, we're going to be
Whoa.
kind of over curve a bit.
That's fine.
They are the defending champions, Linda, so what went wrong?
Well, they've had a variety of things. First of all, they did lose to 2 teams below 500. You hate to do that. Inconsistent team play. We've actually seen that in the first 3 ends of this game. Then you had the injury and illness to Tammy Schneider at second, and the lead in the third, Heather and Kim, number 7, ranking on their position. So there's been a lot of things that made it difficult, added adversity to this week of the Scotties. And as Russ said to start the show, in some ways it's a bit of a miracle they're here because they have had a lot go wrong.
Yep.
They really are fighters.
Never get down, never get mad at each other, never get mad at themselves, and plugging away, and they're still in this thing.
And we did see it in Denmark last year. In some ways, it was Amber Holland who really pulled them out of the funk. She made some huge shots after 3 losses, and that continued right through the playoffs, right up until really the last end of the final.
Yeah, she was the miracle worker.
Clean. 9-3. Clean. Little big. Clean. 9-2. Whoa. Whoa.
But you do need help.
Hard. Yep.
And
Whoa.
if your skipper's got no shot, it's very difficult.
Holy man.
It's hard to analyze the week sometimes too, like the game they lost to Nova Scotia. Heather was 96% against them, and sometimes that opponent just doesn't want to cooperate.
Yeah, that's true. And it has been an event that's really a bit hard to scout, and that's exactly what you're saying, that an opponent, for example, Carrie Galusha was ill for several days, so you're not sure how she's going to play. Today she comes back and is curling amazingly well. So it's difficult to know what kind of opponent you're really going to face.
Sorry, Bert.
It has been so unpredictable. We talked about it at the top about game 1, how this field, the parity is there, and it's not only been close with their records, but each individual game. We've had so many tied coming homes, one up without, one, like really close games, extra ends, and there's usually 3 out of the 4 sheets that are nail biters.
I'd probably throw like a 10 for sure.
Yes,
hey?
yeah. Probably get away with 15, Joe.
Yeah.
Okay.
So some more mistakes for Saskatchewan, and Amber trying to decide what to do here. She has one in a beautiful spot in the forefoot, another in the wings, and those are 2 guards out in front. Now, 1 guard, the first one thrown by Saskatchewan, that's almost not in play. That's just over the hog line.
No. Clean it.
Decision was to guard.
Yep.
Line looks great.
Whoa. Okay. Your turn.
Just calling heel weight at this.
Yeah.
Trying to slice this, get both of the guards out of the front, but also maybe shoot the yellow backwards.
Yeah!
Yellow could catch some red on the way by.
Whoa! Yeah!
Couple of late licks, run it back, and going to get that stone off the forefoot.
Nice throw.
Good call, Michelle.
Hits it almost perfect. Any thinner, it's thinner on the second onto the third, and you'd actually stay, but well done. Opens things up a little bit, too.
Good scrub.
It's going to be important to watch this path. This is one of those where you're actually curling past center line a little bit. It's a path we don't see all that often. We often see it right to the middle around a center guard or right to the wings around a corner guard.
We're on this. Hey, how heavy are you? Just a 5.
Got to come by their own first, though.
Okay.
Little rub rolls to the center line. Team Canada is sitting one back edge of the 8-foot.
Where those are sitting.
You'd love to be able to use all those guards if you're Saskatchewan, but those two red ones are in such a prime position to be utilized.
Two choices here. You can hit the one that was just thrown by Kim in the center, hit half of it, possibly even make a triple. If you hit the top two, there's a pretty good chance you're close to that one in the rings, or you could actually hit the back rock here and shoot your yellow into the rings. There it is.
And it'll spill. Wow.
Double angle raise and then a triple. Like,
yeah,
that's nice curling.
One stone did a lot of cleaning.
It worked out.
Yeah. Mine's pretty good. Room 5. Mine's great. Room. Mine's really good. 6.
Kim Schneider.
Oh, yeah, mine's fine. We're 6. Mine's really good. Okay, we're 6, 7. We're all there. Whoa. Sit. Howdy, girl. Good job, Kevin.
Perfect spot.
Nice, Joe. Good job.
Should be 85 then, right? Same as out of the button.
That really is a great location because if you see the problem for Michelle, if you freeze to that, it has to be on quite an angle to be shot rock. You bounce an inch or two, it's a wide open hit.
Gotta go. 4.
You don't like to hear that number.
5. Mine's great. Come on, Bert.
That would make it just short.
Hard!
Almost there.
Hard!
Sloka and Materi with a huge scrub.
They called it a 4. That would have been top 12. So the brushing took it that much further. Unfortunately, it didn't curl too much.
Really far. Was it? Oh. I like her.
Going in just kind of helps.
Shoot. Pardon?
Going in just kind of helps.
Probably, yeah. Just a 3.
I think so.
Let's go.
Just going to throw a guard there to plug the opening, but you might have to tuck an inch or so here underneath one of those yellow guards, because if you leave it wide open, it allows Saskatchewan to run it back.
13, 9, 15
Get an
now.
inch under cover would be perfect.
Here you go. Mine's a little tight. 2. Gotta be just 2. A 3. Go over and leave it. Over and leave it. You're way over curling.
See this a lot when they throw the guards. You tend to either have little less rotation or you just don't quite throw the weight, and they just break so fast.
We were talking about that the other night, where you have to judge the line and you're trying to figure out where to put the broom. Well, yes, it stops sooner, but you still catch the curl on this ice.
Yeah, it was good.
And often we say leave even a little hole. Don't let yourself over curl like this one just did.
Just right on the nose. Yeah. That should be good there.
I can't quite tell from here, but it looks with this call that they think they've either lined it up or they're just going to play the double peel. Yes, they can hit that red dead on. There's a great chance they'll be looking at 2 buried rocks here.
Lanavey looking over her left shoulder just to make sure. Checking in on Alberta, Nova Scotia. Kathy, are you there?
I am.
Okay, just making sure. And if you tap that red at the back of the 4-foot for 2, tap it far enough, maybe 3.
Well, they definitely took a look at that. Heather Nedowen's first was the second red stone so deep. Heather Smith-Dacey wasted no time in putting the second one in. They look to see if they do tap it back, Vic. Is there enough room between those 2 stones that would give her 3? It would give her 2 for sure.
Nova Scotia eliminated from playoff contention earlier today. Alberta in a must win. It's got to sit fast. There's one for sure. Now they'll look at the one at the back. Looks like they only gave them 1. Only got 1 for Alberta. So you're right, Kathy, not enough room.
Oh, it's so close, Michelle.
Michelle with a nice shot. There's a little butt to it. Very nice. Got rid of the one red, rolled over. The only butt is the rock is open that she's aiming at, and there is a double.
Should be okay, hey?
Yeah, I think that looks good.
Even a little hit and roll will make this tough.
Tricky spot here, though. We know there's big curl here, and Amber's got the broom inside that center line, so it has to be a pretty crisp release here. Nothing started here. It'll take off.
Clean. Yep. 90. Whoa. Yep. Hard. Hard. Hard.
They found the hole. And they didn't get the roll they were looking for, so it is Saskatchewan sitting the 1.
Under throwing them a bit, hey?
T-line, edge of the 4.
Yeah, with that ice, I thought she was really going for the big roll
too.
or the double.
Just under throwing those a bit. Yeah, I got a 985.
Throwing 10.
No, 9.5's good.
The yellow one is shot, but
On the nose.
negotiating that path in for a second one is difficult.
Final stone. Down by 1. Has a chance here for a couple.
Whoa. Clean.
Michelle Englot.
Yep. Just clean's fine. Gotta grow Michelle.
Right on the nose for 2.
Yellow.
I'm sure there'll be some popcorn when Billy Crystal returns to host the 84th Academy Award ceremony Sunday at 8 on CTV. One of the movies nominated is Moneyball. And earlier in the week, you would have thought New Brunswick was money. They were 5-3, Kathy, but in the last 2 games, they lost to Newfoundland and Labrador, then to PEI, and now, if you bet some money on them, you may lose it. They're desperate here.
Well, and for New Brunswick, they're playing like if they had played all week, they'd be at the top of the standings. Great game so far. Kelly Scott forced to hit one of the New Brunswick stones, so this is in fact a draw for 2.
It's curious how it goes because we said that they really looked good, and if you looked at the standings, you thought they were going to be easily in, having to play those 2 teams that were out of the playoffs. But they disappointed, and now they're life and death. They pick up 2, though, 4-3 lead. Final night, round-robin play here in Red Deer, the 2012 Scotties, Canadian Women's Curling Championship. There you see the Saskatchewan coach, Dwayne Mahalitz, and Candace Chisholm, who was on the ice just briefly, and then reports that she was just hit by the flu, as so many have this week.
Top 4. Line's pretty good.
So it's 3-2 Saskatchewan after they get 2 and 4, and here in 5, Team Canada does have the last rock playing the Redstone.
Hard for line. Hard line.
been a tough start for Sarah Slocum, the lead for Saskatchewan. She put up a nice center guard this time, but to come around to the face of the redstone that was a little behind the tee line, that's the one in the button, goes to the back of the 12.
Great sweep.
We mentioned Ontario, and the rookie team, Tracy Horgan from Sudbury, continues to lead 2-1 after the blank in 4. And it is Horgan that does have the last rock against Jennifer Jones from Manitoba, already guaranteed first place.
Yep. Hard. Hard. Hard.
Oh. Almost.
Good sweeping. That's just fine.
I'm thinking that, but
Just a fraction
What do you
offline.
like?
Overbrushed a hair.
Yeah, I think I like that.
Yeah, that's the one thing I
Because I
think
think
we
she
have
can probably
noticed
get
during this
under.
week is
Yeah.
the little problem with angles, and those are not easy when you have multiple rocks involved in the
Yeah, I
line.
think so, yeah.
But those are the little things at the end of the week that haunt you. They can make a huge difference.
And in fairness, it's tough to decide how much it's going to break that last little bit. You know, that it breaks it, that extra hair, she makes it. And in this case, it didn't. And it's, I think the hardest part is the skip has to know exactly the speed that's been thrown. And then that will help you make that judgment.
Line's great. Line's really good. Go. Go line.
Jolene
Go
Campbell
line.
okay, we're not there.
playing in her
Yep, a
6th
little.
game,
Yep,
called
yep,
off
yep,
the
yep,
bench.
Yep, 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 yep. Good.
Yeah, I know. But then I have to go on this side.
Throw.
Okay, draw around. Okay. 85. Okay. Sink it in there, Bert. Yeah, you got it.
Michelle with a 1-point lead here, and no hammer is going to be a little on the aggressive side. They see an opportunity to sink one onto that rock that's at the back of the button. If you make it, it's going to be tough to get it out of there.
Yep, the line.
I've seen it once. As I mentioned, Sarah came deep, and then Team Canada put a second red one, this time top 12. So she's got to go around that redstone top of the house.
Get around the yellow, but it's not going to get around the red.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Tough to raise that rock, too. It looks like it's mostly buried by that yellow guard.
Shoot, yeah.
See how
Need to
much
bounce it a bit
it will
more.
curl if you're just a shade off with your speed. I'm not sure they can raise that one, so it's a great opportunity to hit and sit 3. They calling the roll underneath, Linda, or hit it right there?
I thought it was to sit there.
No. Girl. Any?
Fine, Joe.
Yeah, oh yeah. Sorry, Amber.
Oh, no, I mean, roll.
Oh, no, roll.
Team Canada is piling them in there right now. They're sitting 3 with the
10.
last rock here at 5.
I got this, Lana.
You don't have a lot of chances for these. This is an angle where you can roll in behind.
10, 10.
Close. Yep. Yes. Yes. Hard.
Seem to jump on Slocum and Materi. And there's the roll.
Atta girl.
And it'll maybe show a corner. Doesn't sit for shot stone, though.
Yeah, you're close. You're close there. It's. I don't think you can get at it with the intern either. You're going to have to tap that red.
I don't mind that. Yeah. Yeah, you can freeze too at 2. I don't mind that. Either that or the intern freeze. Or the intern freeze.
Well, she can get to the out turn all day to the button. I don't like the intern before the out.
Well, you got to make that perfect. Yeah, I know the tap's
If we're playing a freeze, I like the out turn.
Well, I think I like the tap. Yeah. Back 8, Kim.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go.
This is the better call because the yellow is going to jam. There's no way you can get at it. You could freeze to it maybe, but this is a chance to tap that yellow out of there. But even if you miss, you're going to have another red you can use.
Line's close. Just back 8. 7. Wall room. Back 8. Room. Close. Yeah. Hard. So just tap 7. Hard.
Kalinchuk and Campbell just couldn't save it.
Go. Okay.
But even with that, it'll still spin in for third shot.
Good sweep.
Now, that was partly just the speed change. They were calling out that it had pretty good weight, and then it really dragged off when you think of the fact that it had to push a whole piece of granite forward. And when the speed's coming off, what happens? It curls.
Yep, go.
Probably couldn't have rolled to a worse spot either. It's a really easy roll inside. If you happen to hit it thin, you make the double.
Close. Yep.
This can turn this end right around.
Plan of A. Big scrub, got to get it by the top 8. There's the one inside, and she'll bump her own and sit for 1.
God. Nice throw.
Yeah, good sweep.
Now, maybe this spot is fooling both of the
I forgot
skips.
that's where yours busted so
This
hard
one
in the
did
first
curl
end.
as well.
Sorry. I didn't really want to skip it though.
Yeah, it's a touch.
That would have been bad.
Yeah, we talked about that spot being straight at the start of the week, but now we're definitely getting a little more curl. But chance for Kim to come down again just with a soft weight, a little more than she had last time. This time she's got a couple kickers. She can get either one of them.
9. Close. 10. Room. Please. Close. 10. Wall room. No. Can't go this time. 10.
Kim Schneider.
Still 10. Whoa.
Needs to finish.
Whoa.
It should with that weight.
Angle it back, and we'll just nestle up to sit for third shot.
The nice part about that, as I mentioned on Kim's first one, is now they have another rock they can use if they have to. You get that red at the 11 o'clock position that you can run in there if you have to. Unfortunately, rolled a little too far to allow Michelle to get in there first.
Well, there is a hole.
All right.
Okay, right into it. All right.
85 will be good here. Hey, Sarah.
What's that?
85 will be good here.
Yep. Okay. The
I
same.
think it's a little sludgier on the other side, but this should be nice.
A little sludgier on the other side, which would be the crowd side, which we always explain to people. Sometimes the airflow changes the ice on that side.
Oh, for sure. The airflow circles around, and a bigger crowd tonight, and you can get a little bit more frost. The frost has not been an issue at all. Very little humidity out here in Alberta. But they're saying this side's a wee bit quicker, and we saw a couple of heavy shots here 2 ends ago by Saskatchewan.
No, to go. No, you're on the outside of the red still.
She took more ice and more rotation, and I think was a little full, and put all those factors together.
Just 5.
This one's really taking a long time.
Okay.
Got stuck out there.
Yeah.
Great weight.
And just I'm not sticking, right? Like I'd probably have to throw like bump, a bit more than that.
Yeah. Pump's probably pretty
Bump?
good. 10 even maybe.
What's my error?
This is the gentleman responsible
Probably
for
taking
the
it
ice.
outside
Dave
and then
Merklinger
bringing
has
it
done a
in.
wonderful
Yeah.
job, and he's to be complimented.
Like play it.
He and the
out
entire
in
crew
case you jiggle this
had to
way.
deal with some
It'll probably be
minor
there.
problems,
Play it
particularly on sheet
back.
B. There was a little bit of a leak
10?
in the
No,
roof
I like bump,
the
I
last
think.
couple of days, but they've managed to fix it. It was leaking again this morning. Well, on sheet C, Alberta, Nova Scotia. And Nova Scotia sitting 1 at the back. Draw for 2 for the team from Halifax.
Well, she has to move it, Vic, to get shot. She made a really nice angle raise on her first one. That's the red stone that you see in the 8-foot. But this stone just thrown by Heather Smith-Dacey is shot. And so for the deuce, we'll have to tap it back.
And my mistake. It's Heather Nedewin from Alberta throwing, so it's a chance for 2 for Alberta. Sorry, Kathy.
There's a lot of Heathers out here tonight.
But only one Kathy. We've been so impressed with the front end of this Alberta team and Jessica Mayer and Lainey Peters. And that will do for the 2. So Alberta picks up a deuce and takes a 4-2 lead going to the break. Must win for Alberta.
Yeah, great way. That's fine. Great way. Fine. A few options.
Yeah,
Right.
on this side.
Yeah.
I think we're okay over there.
This is a mess.
Is this?
Yes, it really is. Amber just got a little hair too much ice because they said it was perfect weight. Smudged off the guard and redirected her red one. It's very raisable, but I think Michelle's going to take that away from her.
Like maybe, well, we're coming way over to my side to guard this. Where I see that red one. Like on this 4-foot line. Or we're moving.
Okay, just a 3.
It'll
Two's
cross
good.
center.
Right. No, it doesn't need to be.
Okay.
Right up to center is good.
Okay.
So her hit on this red's jamming on the left-hand side?
Yeah.
She can't pop in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just playing a guard.
Even if the guard's missed, to get around that yellow and tap the red straight back wouldn't be easy.
3. Pretty tight.
Oh, then.
3. Okay, just 3.
Bounce a little.
Seen a lot of guards over curl, haven't we?
Oh, we're not that far.
Well done.
Okay.
Can you get around,
Could have swept it to it.
get enough curl to tap that back? I'm not so sure.
Not enough. No.
I know sometimes the picture doesn't give you the
That one came up a lot more.
proper look,
Yeah.
but on the intern side, on the right side as we see it, is there nothing there?
There is for one, Vic. If you hammered that red one at the 3 o'clock position, it's just going to stick.
Catch on the yellow, is it? Okay.
So you could come down with soft weight and slide in here and get your one, roll to the pin. But I think if you threw any weight at that, Vic, and hit it on this side, it's just going to redirect and double jam.
Okay.
Okay, so just like T-line.
Okay.
Give you a T-line.
Okay.
You gotta play it pretty tight to the guard, but
Okay. Yeah, but that's a pretty long guard. Yeah, we got room.
13-8 to 2.
Looking over the shoulder of Coach Merv Fonger. Team Canada. He and Amber have been associated since her junior days when she won a Canadian Junior Championship back in 1992.
Line only. Yep. Yeah. We're all there. Yep. Whoa. Yeah.
Now Jolene Campbell, Heather Kalinchuk have to work hard to get it by that stone, and they will not.
Great weight. Yeah.
So it's one yellow, steal of one for Saskatchewan.
So close.
Go to the break. Saskatchewan leads 4-2.
No.
The 2012 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is brought to you by M&M Meat Shops. Hundreds of meal ideas, one aisle. The 2012 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is brought to you by Capital One. What's in your wallet? By Ford, official automotive partner of the Canadian Curling Association. And by World Financial Group, proud to be a sponsor of the Season of Champions. Your dreams, our strategies.
The standings coming into this final night of round-robin play. The top 3 teams are guaranteed playoff spots. Manitoba will finish first. British Columbia, if they can beat New Brunswick, that will give them second. We know Quebec is into at least a tiebreaker. Team Canada, Alberta at 4 losses. New Brunswick, though, as mentioned, They have the toughest road. They need to win, and then they need both Team Canada and Alberta to lose to come back to have any chance. So let's check in on Manitoba playing Ontario. In our featured game, Team Canada losing 4-2 right now to Saskatchewan. But over next door on Sheet B, the Ontario team of Tracy Horgan from the Idlewild Golf and Country Club in Sudbury. And there you see the two yellow stones, one on the lid, one at the edge of the forefoot. They belong to Manitoba. So this is the final stone for the 25-year-old rookie skip. Trying to make something happen. Oh, she tried the angle raise, cuts it down. It's a steal of one to tie it at 2. Amber Holland looking to lock up a playoff spot is with Kathy.
Amber, coming into a game like tonight, is it easier to play somebody who is in contention?
No, I don't think so. They're all kind of difficult at this point. No, it's, we still got to throw the rocks, make the shots.
Merv talked before the game that your team has a philosophy of faceless opponents. What does that mean?
Just basically, it doesn't matter who we're playing against. We can only control our own shots, not theirs. So we just go out and do our thing.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Let's take a look at the numbers after 5.
Well, the surprise is the numbers are close for each team, but you just saw Amber Holland listed at 50%. The front end for Team Canada are 100% each. That's why their number has been brought up. Amber is 42% on her 6 draws. Very unusual to see, and they only have 5 ends left to get it back together.
The numbers after 5 are brought to you by Tim Hortons. It is time for Tim's. Saskatchewan looking to play spoiler. They have a 4-2 lead on the defending champions. It's a wonderful facility, the NMAX Centrium, our home all week for the 2012 Scotties Tournament of Hearts here in Red Deer, as we welcome you back. Final evening of round robin plays, draw 17. And the defending champions are down by a couple. Here in 6, it'll be Team Canada playing the Redstones that does have the last rock.
Well, on the negative side, if you're Team Canada, you're down 2 points. On the positive side, there have been a ton of opportunities in this game, truthfully, for both teams to get points, and there have been a lot of mistakes. So if you can clean up the mistakes, you certainly can score in this game.
Good. Can't move at all.
First rock was in the corner guard. The rock came back, and that was the hit. And now Michelle's going to peel.
I like the call a lot, because if you look at the other situation in the rings, you peel this properly. What does Canada do? They can tap their own back, but that'll set up an automatic double.
Yeah. Yes, hard. Really hard. 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 Anna, got a girl. Oh. Nice throw. You like that? I don't mind that way.
Roberta Materi thought she was going to sit this one out. Actually was on the bench if you're joining us late. The 5th player, Candace Chisholm, stepped onto the ice, saw one rock, and then was hit by the flu
You're
bug.
fine. Gonna curl a bit more than number 3. She gave us a little bit on that one. Real tight. Nice slide.
Sit, sit, sit. Woo-woo. Sit. Okay.
Trying to get a corner guard up, trying to get something going here, because in truth, the first 5 ends of this game have been a symptom of what's been wrong all week, and that is the inability to get points. Points per game on the force side for Amber Holland, 6.6. That's actually quite low. Defense pretty good. We talk about the ability to get deuces, 2 with the hammer. Something over 40 is what you aim for. They're down at 29%. Great at forcing the single on the opposition side. So somehow they have to figure out a way to get more points on the board, especially with the hammer.
Oh, okay.
It really does make you wonder, Russ, though, how they even got this far.
Yes, exactly. Well, yes and no. They you know, they're above 500 in their record, above 500 with the stats. So they are scoring more than they're giving away. But it's kind of been, we've watched them a lot this week, and I thought the team didn't support Amber for a couple games, and then Amber's had a couple games that her percentage hasn't been too bad, but she's missed a couple of key shots, usually tough ones. But if they could get all 4 of them on the same page, they'd be right back where they were last year.
That's right. We're not saying they can't do it in the next 5 ends, because we have seen them do that many times. Turn it around.
Only have to go back to Denmark at the World Championship. I think they were 2-4, and arguably lucky to be 2-4. And we know what happened there. They rattled off something like 7 straight victories to get right to the final, and nearly won that game too.
Of course, the winner of this Scotties will represent Canada at the Women's Worlds. It'll be played in Lethbridge, March 17th through the 25th. We're going to see some familiar names here, some different names. Bing Yu Wang, Czech Republic is back. Germany, Andrea Schopp. You need more than your feet and your hands to count how many times. Diana Gaspari as Italy makes a return. Korea returns. Eve Muirhead won the Scottish Championship. Margareta Sigurdsson may surprise some people, Linda, from Sweden. Alison Pottinger, originally from Southern Ontario, is back for the U.S. The Swiss champion is being determined this weekend.
Good, not all bad. We're 9. Close.
What happened in Sweden?
Well, Sweden's interesting because we all know Annette Norberg, and we know that she won the Worlds last year. But this year, Margareta Sigurdsson has been playing so well. Pia Lindholm picked her to go on to the Worlds.
They have been the best team this year.
That's not bad.
There. Sorry, Amber. Put down hard. Yeah, really hard.
Aggressive call there. They wanted to tap it frozen. Now there is a chance at a double, but big risk.
And I know you're following
on the outside.
the Swiss Championship. Miriam Ott, former Swiss champion, of course.
Is that 9 up?
Medal winner, Olympic medal winner 2 times over. And she's the #1 seed, is she?
She has finished first. They play a 3-team playoff. #1 plays 2. The winner goes on to the final. The loser drops down to play the 3rd place team. So that is yet to begin.
Sorry.
So close.
Sorry. Just put it back at the end. Sorry.
Sorry.
Throw that. No, I didn't throw it very good.
I like Same thing. Yeah, you play this.
We make fun of Andrea Schopp, but there's
Whichever you like.
few that are as committed to the game, and if it wasn't for Andrea Schopp, the sport of curling probably wouldn't exist in Germany. And of course, the last time it was in Canada, the Women's World, she was the winner in Swift Current.
Yeah, she finds a way to be successful over and over.
Little big. Hold in. We're 9. 9 no, you can't. You can't. Yeah, we're 9.
Needs to stay here.
Okay. Can you hang on to us for a moment? We're having some cord issues. Am I throwing a lot of weight?
That was a 9. Well, it looked like a 9 to me. But a 9.
Just knows it.
This team did go to the National Training Center in Edmonton for I don't want to say a refresher course, that's wrong, but they did go for some last-minute training prior to the event Team Canada did to work on their brushing, to work on strategy.
Straight up.
I guess the unusual part was just the lateness of having the camp. It was a great idea, fine to do it. I found at the beginning of the week that the brushers were having a little trouble with judgment, and that may be because they made some changes in technique, and you're looking at the rock just a little bit differently.
It's good. Yep. That's good. Nice throw. Good sweep.
Kathy, over on sheet D, New Brunswick up by 1. And hard to say with those stones around the edge. BC's final rock coming up, Kelly Scott.
Well, and again, it's one of those situations that they looked at the red rock at the top of the 8 and the yellow rock at the back of the 8, both in the left-hand side. Really hard to discern, it seems to be, who is shot. And so it will be a draw. And then they'll take another look.
We like this. Yeah.
Reminder, a win by BC will give them second place.
9.5, eh? Yeah.
If they should lose, then they would drop down to 4 losses and into that pool of 4 lost teams.
Well, the way she's drawing, she must be trying to touch that red one over, or she'd be just drawing to the middle.
Yeah, and this will go hard here. Andrea almost completely missed the same spot. This will really curl here.
Sasha Carter, along with Jackie Armstrong, and it'll crash in front, and now they look.
I know, I just make sure. So that one for sure is 1. Yeah, this one.
Just 1 it is. New Brunswick steals 1 to lead 5-3. New Brunswick must win. And then they need both Alberta and Team Canada to lose.
That mistake on Kim Schneider's hit, where they were trying to hit to sit 2, means there's just 1 rock, just a little biter now, that Michelle is trying to remove.
Clean. Up. Clean. A little up. Yep. Yep. Hard. Hard. Ugh, sorry.
Shooter spins to the back. And looks like it will just bite at the back. Just.
Sorry, Michelle.
So looking at the blank here.
Okay, let's go. Ready? Alrighty, there you go. Yeah. Let's go. This hair is lovely. It's good. It's good. Does it look good?
Looking for the blank. Team Canada, Amber Holland.
Yes, just clean. Hard.
And out it goes. She gave it a good clunk on the nose, but still managed to spin it. It remains 4-2 after the blank here in 6. Now, before we go, let's take a break. Let's go over to Alberta and Nova Scotia. Final stone coming up here for Nova Scotia, and Heather Smith-Stacey. Kathy.
Well, they called a timeout, and Mark helped them line up the angle. She's trying to hit one onto another, pop the 2 reds, and roll her shooter in for the potential of a 2.
Eliminated earlier today and runs it back, and now you look to see who is the shot stone in the 12-foot.
Well, for sure 1. Looks like 2.
So Nova Scotia, with a little coaching help from Mark Dacey, the former Canadian champion, picks up the deuce. It brings smiles to Nova Scotia. They are the longest of long shots. Year after year, the team that represents the Northwest Territories Yukon arrive at the Scotties as the underdog. Burdened by the vast distances in the Canadian North, they can't prepare like the teams in the South. And to make matters worse, After they got to Red Deer, a flu bug made its way through the team. On Tuesday morning, things had gotten so bad, they were forced to use just 3 players in a loss to Quebec. By Wednesday afternoon, their 5th loss in a row meant they would miss the playoffs. But as we've come to learn from this group from Yellowknife, they never stop trying. Such is the life of the underdog. And every time they hit the ice, we know that anything can happen. This morning, for example, for the 3rd time in 4 years, they knocked off Team Canada in round-robin play. They followed that up with a win over Saskatchewan, stealing points in 5 straight ends. Those 2 wins meant they finished at 4-7. All things considered, a very respectable mark. And though they won't be around to play on the weekend, Kerry Galusha hopes to try again 12 months from now in Kingston. And to whoever wins this year's Scotties and becomes the new Team Canada a year from now, the territories are looking forward to facing you then too. But as the underdog, of course. Wendy Miller and Shona Barber from Team Northwest Territories Yukon Yellowknife Curling Club. Watching here on the big screen. Over center ice at the NMAX Century. Welcome back to our final evening of round-robin coverage. The blank in 6 means Team Canada once again will have the last draw. Playing the Redstones.
It's got a little tight.
Is the same thing, Linda, that's plagued Team Canada the whole week.
Line's pretty good.
Plaguing them now.
No, we're okay.
At this
Gonna have
moment.
to sit.
I think that's fair to say, although as Russ pointed out that today, for example, in this game, it's Amber Holland who has struggled. It seems like it's a different player maybe each game. They just can't get the 4 players to be all together playing their best. And it's hard to know why that is. We can talk about mental skills, ice reading, stone matching. It could be a variety of things, but it just hasn't happened for them. Now this end, a good start. The rock's in by Saskatchewan, the corner guard, and then a hit and roll behind that corner. So Team Canada has an opportunity to set up their deuce.
Hard! Hard! Go, get out.
Very nicely played.
So I'd probably give you almost the same, hey? Yeah.
Little things like that can change your week too. You know that some days those hang on, and now you've got your deuce set up.
Yeah, we never swept that at all, so.
We still have the front rock available.
Speaking of front, the front end for Canada, 100 and 100 so far. Unbelievable.
Line's good. Line's good. Line's really good. Line's good, all you. Line's good. We're 5. Yellow line. Yellow for line. Hard line. All you. Line's good. Line's good. Hard. Yeah, keep coming. Yep.
Great brushing.
Hard, right back.
I'm so impressed with Jolene jumping in here. You know, what a pile of pressure on her, too. Comes in halfway through the week. You're trying to fill the shoes of a Canadian champion, and you don't want to let down the current Canadian champions. That's a lot to handle for a curler that didn't play much last year because of she had a baby.
But she has been with them for 3 years, has watched them curl in Saskatchewan. And then we made the point earlier today, Russ, that you pick your 5th players. You said at one time you used to pick your buddy, and it wasn't very. The 5th position really wasn't given much consideration. Today it is.
Oh, for sure. And you're crazy not to bring the best talent you can. And then that gets tricky also. Do you bring a skip that can't sweep? Do you bring a front ender that maybe might have to play in a vice role or something? And you have to bring somebody that's very versatile.
Close. Then that just leaves a double. Yeah, just the freeze then. Thank you. They'll probably try the hit and roll and then. Yeah. I don't know. What do you like?
Well, I think we have to. I don't know what else.
You could try here. Because if they make it.
One thing I will say, Amber Holland is struggling as far as execution goes. I think the team have to be a little more supportive. If she's calling down what do you like, you can't just stand there mulling it at the hack end. I think Kim should go down and they should be very decisive because that starts to impact on your shot making as well. A little uncertain about what you're doing and not getting the help. translate into misses.
Has to control the speed of the shooter here. You can't see much of this rock. You don't want to breeze right by it.
Hard then. Yep, line. Just a 6. Just hard line. Hard line. Hard for line. We'll tap a little bit. Little tap. Hard line.
Campbell, Kalinchuk saved it this time. Oh, go! Whoa, whoa, whoa! They did.
Go on it. Go.
Oh my! Great rushing.
Great sweep.
Jolene Campbell, Heather Kalinchuk didn't think it had
I'm
a
tripping now with my
chance.
broom.
Perfect speed control and turned early because of the soft weight. And that what's through the corner.
One thing Amber did say, the position of the rock will leave a double. That's what's being tried.
Yes! Woo!
With Lana Vey. Got one. And we'll bump it far enough. Saskatchewan is sitting 2 around the
If only I could throw
edge of the 4.
Yes, no, yes, no. Yes.
Atta girl.
Yeah.
Good call. If only I could throw harder.
Bum. Okay.
There you go, Kim.
Could throw a similar weight. You don't see a lot of this one either. I'd be more concerned about just tapping it back and hanging around. You don't have to get these yellows out of the rings yet.
Forward. Clean. Bum. Whoa. Whoa. Off. Right off. Clean. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah, that's the worry with that speed.
Okay. All right. Okay.
We'll spin it to third shot.
Over broom.
That was nice. That weight was nice.
Yes, and finish.
You know, further to what you were saying, Linda,
You threw there. Yeah.
it's difficult, I guess, from a club player's perspective. I know you saying, you know, if she's asking, Amber's asking, you should give some help. But it's that you speak when spoken to, because usually sometimes we
Yeah, I don't think you overthrew it.
dump on the players that want to offer too much.
Yeah, first of all, it depends if you are asked. In that case, in the middle of an end, somebody was being asked at the hack end for some help. And the other thing is, if you want to offer a suggestion, it's an offer to a skip. You don't sell it, you present it, and that's an option that can be considered. Just think that at a moment you have to take into account your teammates, and you know them pretty well, and you know when they start to ask. Also, I find if somebody starts to ask more often about a time or the feel or something to do with the ice, they're struggling and they need some information.
The other thing to remember too is Kim Schneider had to make those 2 shots. They're both tough shots, so a little bit of input from her makes a ton of sense.
Very nice.
Another great roll.
Very nice.
A lot of wonderful doubles and rolls by Team Saskatchewan this game.
And of course, if you're Saskatchewan and you're out of it, you're going, what if?
That's a great roll.
And where were these kind of shots when we needed them at this time of the week?
What a turnaround in this game, though, because Saskatchewan made a ton of misses in the first end, and actually it looked like Amber was going to get 3.
Alrighty.
But Amber made the misses right back, and Saskatchewan has really turned this game around. Give them a lot of credit.
Just T-line.
Okay. Okay.
You heard Amber in the 5th end break. We were eavesdropping a little bit, and she was saying, I wish we got to get Lana to quit making those doubles on us. And then a nice hit and roll buried by Lana and another one by the skipper, and a bit of trouble here. Kim's didn't snap here like you might see with a draw, so can't overthrow this.
Okay. Hard line. Really hard.
Well, nothing's easy here. Easy for Kalinchuk and Campbell.
It's all over the guard.
Oh, you're right to the nose.
Yeah, almost to the nose.
Okay.
We talked, Linda and I, last end that could be a cutter.
Yeah.
She missed wide with it once, so I kind of threw that theory out the road, but that wasn't even close.
So what, a stone that just moves a little more, a little sharper maybe?
Sorry, sharper stone. The edge has just got a pit or a sharp spot to it, or a little bit more roughness.
Yeah, you threw it fine.
It will allow it to definitely curl more and be more abrasive, so it'll slow down a little quicker.
I threw that 84 that you guys swept all the way.
And usually, Linda, when you find those, you end up handing them down a little bit, don't you?
You should give them to the second, or at least manage them in the stack so it's used for a takeout rather than a draw.
Option B, she was narrow and light.
Right to it. Yep.
Short's okay too, so as long as we're not deep.
Alberta and Nova Scotia in a 4-4 tie. Must win for Alberta. Final rock coming up for Heather Nedwin, and probably as easy as it gets, Kathy.
Well, it truly is. And for Heather, she had just made this shot on her first one. When Heather Smith-Dacey rolled out, it is a repeat, so that makes it even easier.
You can go.
So put it in the paint for 2. Anyway.
Where? 6. That's clean, guys. You're fine, lady. Easy. 14-8. Yep. You're fine.
Oh, you're here. Sorry.
Make that.
The Alberta champions from the Saville Sports Center in Edmonton will take a 6-4 lead.
No.
I hate to say this for Team Canada, but it's
Close, I guess.
it's either a game possibly losing run back, or you can just play the out-turn draw given to.
But you got to make it real good.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you banged it as much as you can see, how many will you get moving?
Well, you might if you can stick the red one, Vic, but you have to be so close to this rock here,
Yeah,
and if mathematically it's there, but boy, oh boy, if you come out and you're just a fraction offline, you give up 3. If you your fraction offline the other direction, you give up 4, and that's the ball game in the season. So.
Well, yeah, because it might jam in here, and then it might.
Even this one, like I'm close just with that jamming onto that, right? They're neither.
Well, I don't know if we can draw to give up 2, hey, or yes, we can.
Well, yes, we can.
I mean, 3 and 8.
I guess this one probably is the easiest.
I think this is our best. Yeah, I think that's our best opportunity.
Just a little side.
Just hair off nose?
Yeah.
Only other option I see is off the other red one.
Yeah, way over on the edge.
Run that in. This one looks great, but that yellow one's a little bit in the way, and this is, I'll tell you, this is.
Okay, let's go.
You try this at home. This is 1 out of 100.
We did say that a couple of times in Denmark.
At least a couple times.
A long run back to save things in the semifinal, I think it was. This is as tough as it gets.
They're down by 2. Trying a run back against 4. Final stone for Amber Holland and the defending champions here in 7. Just off nose now, just off nose, squeeze it by. And the shooter will go, and 3 more will be stolen by Saskatchewan.
Just trying.
Nice try, Amber. Yeah, I need to make the first one.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Kelly Scott, 2-time Canadian champion. She's a world champion, but could be in a tiebreaker. She's on the ice presently against New Brunswick. Could grab second place in the 1-2 game if she wins over the team from Oromocto as we play here in the 7th. Kathy?
Excuse me, Vic. She's trying to come through the hole. That red stone in the house at his second shot. A lovely hit and roll by Andrea. That really closes this area down for Kelly Scott.
BC champions from the Kelowna Curling Club. And that one Yellowstone, that one right there, is a single point. New Brunswick continues to lead. New Brunswick must win, and then they need some help. Now for Team Canada, they could get themselves into a tie-break situation, or they could even claim fourth place all by themselves. But if they lose, well, then they would fall down, and then they would need some help as well. So despite the fact that they're losing by 5 and in some big trouble, this was a tough shot.
It's about as tough as it comes. There's distance between the rock you're raising and the ones in the house. You're facing 4, and the yellow guard is almost in the way of you making this shot at all. To get some contact on the ones in the house is almost a miracle.
Yeah, 1/8 of an inch of being absolutely perfect. Great try, tough shot, and big trouble now.
Team Quebec is here, and we know that they will finish 3rd after a terrific week. They had a so-so start, but man, they were hot down the stretch. So 7-2, Saskatchewan already eliminated from the playoffs, leading Team Canada in this battle of really Saskatchewan. Michelle Englot is from Regina, the Tartan Curling Club. Team Canada, Amber Holland from Chrono, Saskatchewan, just outside of Regina.
Yep. Nice throw, Bert. What a girl.
What did you think of the
I got it now.
idea of Jolene Campbell,
Like 35, right?
who said maybe we should just draw and give them 2 and we'll try and come back?
Yeah, you know, and I think I said that. I think my statement was, I hate to say it, but I think I'd just draw for 2 and give up the deuce. Or draw to the back one, give up the 2. The other shot was maybe off that corner one, but they were all so hard. Amber made a valiant try, but
Starting to move here.
obviously 2 would have been better.
Line's nice. Just even.
Didn't play a bad end there.
didn't need to do
Saskatchewan made 2 wonderful hit and rolls, and when Amber missed her first one, she was in
Good. It's fine.
kind of paddling uphill.
You made a good point, and Russ, Linda, that you just at one point in time you looked at the house, you turn your head and you look back and you went, whoa.
Yes.
Where did all the red go?
Yes, and actually it's still the front end for Team Canada playing well. And let's think about it. There was a corner guard that end. There was a hit and roll behind that corner guard. It started very well. It was with the backhand shots. That's where the struggles have been in this game. And you have Lanavey and Michelle Englot posting great numbers and out curling Kim Schneider and Amber Holland.
Yeah, just a hair. Yeah, just a couple feet, right?
So just to explain this scenario here, if Team Canada does lose, they would fall to 5 losses. Would they be eliminated? Well, maybe. But they would need some help there. See, they would be at that 5-loss stage. And they would need an Alberta loss as well
Line's really good.
to drop back. So
Line's good.
that's why you don't want to leave it in some other team's hands.
All the way back.
Hard, right back.
Keep going.
Hard, girls. Go, go, go. Right back, right back, right back. Keep
Go,
going.
Kim. Go, 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 go.
Only one brusher behind the tee line. Team Canada's got their 2 corner guards up. Michelle will have to waste one here. That's dead buried.
And that is how you set up your 3, which is what Team Canada really aiming for. If you're down 5, you're thinking 3 steal, steal, steal to try and win this game. But we've seen it done.
Lanavey.
Heel.
And as we play here in the 8th, and all the games are in the 8th.
Whoa.
If it ended right now, Team Canada losing. Alberta, we showed you the draw for 2. Alberta is currently winning their game against Nova Scotia. And so we would have 4 teams free and clear into the playoffs, and the defending champions would be eliminated.
That's the tough part here, is you not only have to win your desperation sudden death game, but you're looking over to see if anybody's going to help you. In the case of New Brunswick, for instance, they're one up with the hammer, but they need some help on the other sheets, and it's so easy to lose your focus and start reading the ice in the wrong sheet.
Line's great. We're going to be 5, 6. We got to go.
They have one in there. They have a corner guard, and they're trying to utilize it right now.
Hard, right back.
Nice weight by Kim here. It's just whether they can get it to finish.
You're good. That's good.
Nicely done.
You're out. Good shot.
That shot's not busting as quick as it was day one here on Saturday, and certainly Sunday. That would go by the guard by a foot and be buried. Now they have to get a little bit tighter to the guards.
Does that say anything about the ice then?
Not really, Beck. It's fantastic, and there was way more curl inside out, it looked like originally, and Dave Merklinger's built the edges up a little bit. You can do that by pebbling down the 12-foot area and re-scraping, and maybe taking an extra path down the middle with your scraper, and effectively dishing it a shade. But personally, I think it's so close to level, it's not funny, but it's different than it was last weekend.
Yeah. Yeah? Okay.
Well, Michelle was talking about drawing, and they're up 5, so I think the team was having a bit of a mutiny of that choice.
There they are.
So a timeout has been called.
And their coach, Dwayne Mahalitz, will come to the ice.
It's where the front end falls in front of it before you throw it.
Around there again, right?
Oh, yeah.
So now if we peel the guard right now, she should, in order to, she might have to, anything she brings in the ring, she's going to line the double up, right?
That's what I'm thinking. If we hit the or peel out this back one.
I'm thinking right now. If we peel the guard right now,
yeah,
she's got to replace it. Because if she comes in the ring, she's got to give us a double somewhere, right? You know what I mean? And then so she's going to probably maybe guard again, and then we can hit this later and try not to give up the 3 still.
I'm just thinking if we peel out the back one, she comes around.
But I think we want to keep them here right now because it gives us shot over that one. So eventually she's got to come back here, right?
So I'm playing to note. What am I doing?
I'm thinking either peel the front one or Moses. Like if we peel the front one right now, she's going to have to probably guard again, right? Because if anything she brings into the ring, she's going to leave us a double, right?
Yeah. If I nose that, they're coming around again. Yeah. We rip on your first one. They're freezing probably on that back one. But we might have a double, which I am okay with. Yeah. So, okay, that's the plan? Yep. Okay.
They're talking about hitting the open one, I think. I thought what they might do is try to peel a corner. If you're going to peel a corner, you would run it this way, and you might get lucky and take both out, and that eliminates the corner and exposes this rock, and you might get rid of both. A little surprised they're leaving the corner, Linda. You heard them talk it out, though. You hit this one. You then shot rock. Amber might make a move on it. You might see Amber freeze to it.
Taking a look at the game between Alberta and Nova Scotia. Alberta up by 2 as they play the 8th. And is it close here? Is it the possibility for 2 here for Nova Scotia?
For sure, the possibility. That Yellowstone, unfortunately, on Heather Smith-Dacey's last one, she rolled a little bit far. They took a quick look at it and then proceeded immediately to play the hit. So you got to think the potential is here for 2.
Nova Scotia eliminated earlier today, but not rolling over against this Alberta championship team, skipped by Heather Nedewin. And oh no, it just may have rolled too far. Which one is it? Oh, it is. 1 red, 1 for Alberta. That's a big point. They go up by 3 now.
Amber electing to come around the corner and sit 2 buried. Saskatchewan thought that would happen. They'll then peel the guard if this is really good, and then there'll be a double eventually unless Amber keeps guarding them, but eventually she has to hit the shot rock.
Let's take a look at some player numbers.
Well, this is dramatic because we've seen Amber Holland over the last 2 years be just a hero in many cases, and she has struggled terribly. Ross mentioned maybe a stone problem. When you look at that draw percentage, you just can't believe it's the same champion we've seen before.
Player numbers are brought to you by Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Well, the other calls. Yeah,
so this is playing out exactly the way Saskatchewan coach Dwayne Mahalitz suggested it would.
The choice they discussed was Dwayne gave them the option to peel or to play the hit on the house, and I think Dwayne was leading to the peel, Russ was leaning to the peel, but the team decided to hit and stay on the other side. So now you have to make the peel and hope you have a double on your last.
Amber's other option was not go around and freeze.
Good sweep. Nice shot. Yeah. Like the only thing is, no, it'd be close. No,
like I think probably that, because then if she hits and rolls in right, then we have a tough shot for 2, possibly. Let's go 9.5.
It is a great example, though, of why you play 2 corner guards. You can get something started if you get mistakes on those peels.
Yeah, consider the freeze.
You have an opportunity to sit 3.
You could roll the dice here and guard that double.
Do you just want nose or?
Yes.
Okay.
Michelle Englot would be shot raw, but if she decides to draw and misses it, doesn't get it into the 4-foot area or sets up another double, there's a chance for your 3.
So she's playing the hit on this?
Yep. Yeah, they do. They're going to freeze, and they
I was going to say, why not the freeze?
Yeah, but what Kim was worried about is if they freeze, the yellow would be second shot, and then if Saskatchewan makes the red double and rolls in, it would be tough to get your 2.
Clean. Yep, stay on it hard. Hard. Really hard. Good sweep. Good girl.
That is so,
I know. Yeah, you have to stop this.
Oh my God.
Well, on sheet D, the story again, Kathy, is British Columbia wins, they get second. B, New Brunswick wins, and then they need some help. This is the final stone for the team from New Brunswick and Andrea Kelly.
And she's playing a draw on Kelly Scott's final stone. She hit the shot rock but wasn't able to roll. There are 2 stones that are really difficult to tell who is shot, but from my angle, it looks like it is BC, but it is buried, and so that is why she's playing the draw.
So looking for a single point to possibly take a 2-point lead. And I think you're right. That's a draw for 1. New Brunswick. New Brunswick needs to win. They need losses then by Team Canada and Alberta to force a tiebreaker.
All right.
Look at this. You're down by 5, playing 8, and Team Canada has a chance here to get 3 back.
Very well executed, and it's also an example of what happens when one team goes all out with offense and the other team is trying to defend a lead. You do get a few mistakes. Saskatchewan has to remember that they will still be ahead with the hammer. Sometimes you're thinking when you give up a 3, it's desperation, but it means that Amber is back in this game.
9-7. Yep.
Kalinchuk, Campbell.
Clean.
Bring it to the nose.
Got it, girl.
For 3, Team Canada here in 8. It's time now for the M&M Meat Shop's Final End Challenge. Right after the game, go to finalend.ca. Enter the secret word for a chance to win a trip for 2 to see the 2013 World Junior Curling Championship in Sochi, Russia. The first 100 entries will have a chance to win a $50 M&M gift card, and all participants will get an M&M discount. We'll give you the secret word shortly, and then go to finalend.ca. Just some of the ghosts of red deer that you find throughout the downtown area. Welcome back on this final night of round-robin play to the NMAX Centrium.
Mine's a little tight.
So 3.
You got it. No, you got it. You're good. You're good.
Team Canada now within a couple as we play in the 9th, and it'll be Saskatchewan that has the last rock,
You got it.
playing the Yellow Stones. But first thing out of, as soon as we went to commercial, first thing out of Russ's mouth was, if you go back to the 7th, and they played the run back, if they would have drawn to give up just the 2, speaking of Team Canada, Now they'd be within 1, right? So
exactly, and it's only because you never want to give up 2 when you're already 2 down that late in the game. But Amber's a wonderful thrower, but the shot she tried was just incredibly hard.
Whoa.
Yeah, that extra point could make a difference.
6.
Great 3, though, all the same.
And same thing applies here. I said you get a 3 often because you keep throwing those guards up. You take your chances. You use all of the offense that you can. Well, now you're going for the steal. So you put up the 2 center guards. And you never know what can happen. The only thing is that Saskatchewan, in that case, didn't play along. The first draw wasn't as good. Back button, that one's in a nice spot.
Just throw the back button again, tap this back, create a bit of a wall. Pretty easy double peel, though, and we talk about that all the time too. And Linda, if they were a little farther apart and certainly lined up, that would have helped the cause also.
Whoa, we're down to 7. Whoa, 6. Yep, then just 6. Whoa, whoa. Lots of room.
We're running now.
Nice weight, Joe.
Sorry, Amber.
just didn't finish.
Yeah, I think it's just getting a little straighter, and that's what happens. The rocks curl because they hit the pebble, and you have less pebbles as the game goes along, and that they get fooled just a hair there. It looked really good all the way down, and it just didn't break.
10, okay, straight up.
Yeah. Go a bit, but
You got it. Like you can.
I'd be tempted to peel those guards.
I would too. She actually called to roll in too.
10.
So
Yeah.
quite a cluster she's trying to keep in that button area.
Roberta Materi.
Hard. Hard.
Great shot, looks pretty, but it doesn't really help the cause for Saskatchewan. It's the 2 guards that can kill them this end.
Yeah. Same weight. Yep. Okay.
The nervous thing is that we've seen this many times before. It looks like it's a nice position for the Yellowstones belonging to Saskatchewan. What happens? Jolene maybe gets one into the pocket with a freeze. Then you start to see some guards by Saskatchewan, and you never know if guards start to get run back, what can happen.
We
gotta go. Become quite nervous for the team with the hammer.
A little lighter this time.
Hard, girls, right to it.
Kalinchuk and Kim Schneider. Drag it by one. Trying to drag it down on the face if they can, and they'll get it to the 8 foot.
Boy, that curled a lot more than the other one.
Shoot. Yeah. It's just back a hair on her first.
Yeah.
And then
Thanks for the help on that one. Those ran really different.
There you go.
And I thought you were close to the same. I thought I was too. Thought maybe even just threw them different. I don't know. Those ran totally different.
just 90 birds.
Top 8, I think.
Top 8
called.
There's a good 15 inches difference in line on those. Yes, they said she backed the first one up a little bit, but probably not that much. Now, do you clear the front and try to keep it open for your skipper, or do you go for the 8-ender?
I think they're going for 8.
Hard. 3, 4, hard.
They're going to try and clog it up as much as possible. And speaking of Saskatchewan.
5. Okay.
Are we over curling? Right to it, bumping a bit.
That's all right.
Okay, Bert.
Yeah, great one. Shoot. Back line. There you go, Cam.
See Amber put the broom down, then she snuck it in twice a little closer to the rock they're aiming at. Slight adjustments.
Clean. Back line. Yep. Tap. Rim.
We're playing third stones now here in this 9th. Kim Schneider.
Okay.
Rub and roll off. And Saskatchewan with the last rock here in the 9th, leading by 2, sits 3.
Yeah. Great weight.
Wow.
It's working here so far.
That's that slow rotation.
No, I didn't.
It seems like Team Canada gets really fooled by the ice.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's face it, the last time they played in this direction, they had a lot of trouble too.
Yeah.
90?
Yep.
Came at nice speed on that. They're talking about the rotation.
Lanave.
4. Line's good. Right in. Right into here. Line's good. 4. Just a 4. 3. Over curling. 3. Yeah, a little bit more. Go, go, go. Well, you're good.
Oh, shoot. Sorry. Wrong side.
That is one lonely looking red.
You normally wouldn't draw it up this way, 2 up with a hammer, but it's worked because of some beautiful come around.
Yeah, I think the red one onto this yellow.
We don't even barely have any.
Alberta leading by 2, Kathy, and now Nova Scotia here in 9 facing 2. Heather Smith-Dacey.
Heather Smith-Dacey is just trying to play the stick for the single point. Heather Nedwin made a great double on her first one, got her team out of a little bit of trouble.
With her first stone, Kathy, didn't Heather Smith flash and go through?
She did.
Yeah, so there was she was trying to freeze, if I have it correct. So she'll get the single. Alberta leads by 2. Alberta right now has the 4th playoff spot locked up all alone.
Although I guess she doesn't have a lot of trouble.
Amber was trying to run the guard into one of the yellows and leave it as a setup shot. It went right by.
Here to give more ice, so that way.
Because it's too dumb.
She has that off there, but I think just into here.
Okay.
Team Canada's really running out of shots here to get in there because
Is that enough ice?
you could probably let them throw 3 shots in a row here and they'd have trouble being coming shot rock.
Oh, give me one. So same weight or a bit more?
I think the same.
This is a mess.
Was that a 90?
Yep.
Okay, go if you have to.
Time is running out on the defending champions. I'm sure they can see across the way that Alberta is winning.
2. Yep. Tuck a corner if you can. Yes, tuck a corner if you can. Okay.
Well,
Is that good?
Get rid of that one, and then I got room to use that later.
okay.
On sheet D, BC down by 2. Kathy, do they have a chance here?
They sure do. That shot stone just hit and rolled there by Andrea Kelly, but didn't quite get underneath that guard. So about half available from the hack, and how far it is, it should be able to cross to the face for the deuce.
2 would tie it. BC with a win would take 2nd place and eliminate New Brunswick.
Yep. 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 Hard. Gotta go. Hard.
I was thinking of this one.
The red
Yeah,
one.
clean.
Well,
Like this, if I just hair it, then I get
Yeah,
it.
you don't have to.
I know.
That's what I need to hit.
Yeah.
And out the back for 2 to tie. BC will look to
This one might
steal
even go-
a spot
you might even
in
go onto
the
here.
2nd place.
Or onto here. Yeah. Probably better.
Good. I might have. I can just get rid of it.
Yeah, this one it's really hard not to, for this one to just spin out.
Yeah.
And then I'm just afraid okay. I don't know, whatever you like, but.
Well, I'd like to be sitting one
Yeah,
right now.
well,
but
me too. Or 2 maybe.
She's always had the same attitude, whether she's winning or losing. There's
Cross the nose a bit.
few more positive in the game than
Actually, I'll know.
Amber Holland.
In.
Yeah.
It's like that red one's
That's
really
part of the
tough.
secret to
Yeah,
the team success. Absolutely
So I
positive
think I like
every
that.
single time.
Okay.
I'm just going to try to run the red onto the top yellow and move everything around.
Go, lads, Kim.
I like the fact that Jolene did come down. Jolene skip normally before she plays 5th player for this team, so she is a help. When you're up to your armpits in granite, you need somebody to help you figure out a way.
The yellow at the top of the 12-foot just off center. That's what they're aiming for with this red raise.
Yep.
Big time weight.
Hard. Yep. Yep. Hard. Yep. Okay.
What's she got? Run it back. No, she's going to crash on the center line guard.
Okay. All right. I think that was just peel. That wasn't her big weight. Yeah. A little tight on you, hey?
Just a hair. Surprised with that weight it even moved at all.
Yeah. Would this be just up front?
Yep.
95 to zeros?
I think zeros.
To zeros. So that's up
Same
front?
thing. Just a 2. Okay, just let us know if it's over curving.
That lone red
that's
rock
zeros.
over there where it says Purex. That's all I see for Amber. Yeah, even if you throw that in there, the best I can see is making a double after you roll in to have Michelle sit shot rock.
Yeah, she's not going to be shot, is she?
No.
Stone right center line, top of the button.
Mine's a little tight. 2.
So throwing up a guard.
Mine's okay.
Michelle Englot.
Mine okay? Yeah. Over and off. Okay. Oh.
It's a 2.
Where is it?
Halfway.
Halfway.
Butt self.
Further
Butt
than that.
self.
Just, though.
Okay.
Okay, shot.
Nice weight.
Not sure if I would have guarded that because you just hammer that. Amber hammers that. She spins, probably spins out too.
Well, that's what the conversation
Yeah.
was on Amber's previous discussion.
I don't know, might be able to get coming back and nothing.
I haven't looked at that one in the other time zone there.
That's the only one I see, Vic. And if you can,
Last.
if you can throw it hard enough and hit it right
There's
there,
nothing.
Yeah, well, let's
somehow
make it.
save your shooter, and hope that
Might be able to stick it in
this
there.
one and this one
Yeah.
goes like that.
Last, Kim.
You would technically be second shot.
I don't think this is going to curl out here, is it?
No, I don't think so. I don't think it'll go much. No, you throwing peel?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Good.
This may be the last stone for the Canadian champions. Last year's world runner-ups, Amber Holland out of the Chrono Curling Club.
Okay. You're on the nose. It's okay.
And she is on the nose. And so Saskatchewan will have a chance here to
Wow.
pile it on if they like.
Got some good
They're
spots
sitting
there.
3 now.
Wasn't a good one, no.
And so for the first time since
Oh my gosh.
2008,
Cool.
it looks as if the Canadian champions will not be in the playoffs.
Okay. Just sweep for tea.
Those guys.
That's when it stopped. I was like, okay, well, that wasn't good. But then I was like, oh, okay.
What do you think?
Not bad.
Wow, and then they make the roll.
That'll be good.
Line's good.
6.
Final
7.
stone for
Line's really nice.
Michelle
Line's
Englot.
good.
They got 3 in the
All
7.
yours. Line's really good. Line's good. Just to tea.
Ah, we overdid it.
No, it's good.
Sit down.
It's good.
Sit.
Will it sit? My goodness, she does. 4-4 here in 9 to win. And the Canadian champions have been eliminated. Make the final 11-5.
Are you done shaking?
Now they still have a chance, but they need Alberta to lose. And Alberta is winning presently, and they have the last rock. So I apologize if I spoke too soon, but Alberta is up with last rock. We'll take a break and come back and finish it up for you on this final night of round robin play here at the Scotties.
The 2012 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is brought to you by Scotties, proud supporter of women's curling for over 30 years.
Well, we saw Saskatchewan play impressively against Team Canada, and here's the game story.
It was a good start by Team Canada. The seventh end was the disaster. That was the steal that turned it all around, and despite a good effort in 8, Team Canada could not get back in a tough game for Amber Holland.
The game story brought to you by M&M Meat Shops, hundreds of meal ideas in one aisle. So we're going to go over now to sheet C. And again, I spoke too quickly. Having looked at this board, I guess I made an assumption, and I apologize to fans of Team Canada. They need an Alberta loss. And right now, Alberta is leading 7-5, and Alberta also has the last rock as we play skip stones in 10.
Line's nice.
Line's good. Whoa.
Line's good.
Well, the nice thing for Alberta is the front is open. There is a collection of stones, where one is a corner guard and 2 in the rings. Shot stone belonging to Alberta, but the yellow one is in front of it and could be tapped up.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's go there. No,
so they're trying to get another one in the ring somewhere. And that yellow is now third shot.
Heather decided not to brush that. You're legally able to brush your opponent's rock tee line backwards. But she thought the more she brushed it, the more it would curl behind the guard. But it is pretty well buried, so she's going to hit the open one.
9, 8, 8.
Plan for Nova Scotia was to bury the first one, assuming you'd have a rollout here by Alberta, then you'd bury another one, or hit and roll to bury.
Straight here, girls. Yep.
The best you can do if you're thinking about a situation without a center guard is to try and get behind any cover you can find if you're Nova Scotia, and try and get a big mistake on last stone from Heather Nedowan.
The first for the Alberta skip out of the Saville Sports Centre in Edmonton. And out it goes. Nova Scotia now down to their final stone, must make them both count.
This spot where I rolled too far, remember?
Alberta win.
What's that?
There'll be no tiebreakers.
I'm taking a 10. We gotta roll here, right? Well, just show her a piece of it, right? Yeah.
Heather's very emotional, and it's hard to watch for David too, but you see that Heather does a lot of very good things. She walked to the back, she took a little drink of water, taking some deep breaths. Looks like she may have to draw 8-foot for the win.
All right, make the roll.
Nova Scotia needs to be sitting 2 after this. Been a disappointing week for Nova Scotia and Heather Smith-Dacey, team from CFB Halifax. Winning a second straight Nova Scotia title after last year winning the bronze medal in Charlottetown. Much was expected. Needs to hang around. Needs to hang around. needs to hold on, and it just will.
Great try. Bends another 1/8 of an inch or so. Take some speed off it.
Just need to make one go away.
It's normal.
Any question in this?
Straight out here.
No, this is pretty routine out here. It's be fairly straight outside in. Keep the speed up. You don't have to hang around. Just make something
normal,
move.
Laney.
I think David's a little calmer watching this, the fact that it's an open hit.
For the win. And a place in the Final Four.
Clean. Clean. Clean.
Lainey Peters, Jessica Mayer, Beth Iskew. Alberta is through. Make the final 7-6. Alberta will go to 7-4. Nova Scotia finishes 4-7. So Manitoba still on the ice. British Columbia, Quebec, Alberta. We just have to sort out where everybody will finish now and how they'll go. We know Manitoba will be 1. We know Quebec will be 3. The question is, who will take that second spot in the 1-2 game? And to decide that, we'll go over to sheet D. And you can see now the interest of Alberta, because they know that if BC does come back and steal the win against New Brunswick, they would be second. If BC should lose the game, Alberta would get second place.
No, you can wait.
Well, this has been a dramatic turnaround just in the last stone. There was lots of front rocks for BC to set up a steal, but the last guard by Kelly didn't get in place, and Andrea made a pistol, a run back, and it is shot rock.
Kelly Scott has to be shot stone, trying to wrap it around. Oh, what a shot!
This was a very well played end.
Andrea Kelly made about a 12-15 foot run back with Peel Waite stuck it for shot rock, dead buried her. She had no chance. And Kelly Scott, after the roar from Alberta winning, composed herself and makes a beauty, and that is
I just think
sunk.
you throw right here. What? I just think you throw right here.
You got to throw more than that, though, Becky, because we've been under tapping them.
Okay, well, whatever you think, but I think it's there. I mean, absolutely, because you got to worry about getting by that right here with that.
Oh no, I know. I think we have to throw like at least here.
Andrea Kelly with the better
then she
numbers
came
in
out
this
with here,
last
right?
rock thrower position. She's had a very good game.
It's a very good week.
I don't think you need a whole lot less.
Made a lot of shots, and Andrea's from my province. She makes a lot of these soft touch shots. This is no gimme. It's totally overburied by a foot, but you do the exact same thing Kelly did.
Yeah.
Brush it to move it about a foot or so. It's there, but not the type of shot you'd want to have to stay in the competition.
They're tied at 6.
Andrea is perfect on her draws in this game.
We should bump it enough. Yeah.
New Brunswick's chances have been ended as well by Alberta's win. They need an Alberta loss and then a win by themselves.
Yeah, 90 should be good.
Kelly Scott trying to hold on to second place. Final stone, Andrea Kelly. Becky Atkinson is calling line. Jill Pavin. Jeanette Murphy, the brushers. Needs to move over and catch a corner and will not. And with that last rock draw to the edge of the button, Kelly Scott will steal the win. Make the final 7-6. And with the win, will grab the second place in the 1-2 game. And Alberta will finish 4th And they will now play Quebec in the 3-4 game.
Going to explain the situation for the Penguins.
And just moments ago, Manitoba running Ontario out of stones as Jennifer Jones wins 5-3. And so the 4 playoff teams are set on a wild night. Final round robin draw. Always exciting at the Scotties. Manitoba will finish 9-2. BC 8-3. They'll meet in the 1-2 page playoff. Quebec gets 3rd spot. Alberta 4th. Team Canada, the defending champions, and New Brunswick will not make the playoffs here in Red Deer. And Team Quebec, Marie-France LaRouche on hand. They now know that they will play Alberta in the 3-4 game. So coming up Friday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, it will be Manitoba, BC. They will meet in the 1-2 game. Quebec, Alberta are set for a date Saturday afternoon.
The 2012 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is brought to you by Ford, official automotive partner of the Canadian Curling Association. By M&M Meat Shops, hundreds of meal ideas, one aisle. And by Roll Up the Rim to Win. It's time for Tim's.
So Alberta realized that they will be in a 3-4 playoff against Quebec. There are no tiebreakers at this year's Scotties. Congratulations to Heather Nedewin and the team from Edmonton. When we join you again, it will be the 1-2 page playoff. It's a battle of former Canadian champions, 2 of the very best in our country. Jennifer Jones, Manitoba, Kelly Scott, Kelowna, BC. That's when we are with you Friday night. Round robin is over, and we are down to the final 4 here at the Scotties on Canada's sports leader, TSN. SportsCenter is next.